I don't know if you guys can relate to this, but I used to say, I'll come out once my grandmother passes away.
What's good people? I'm OBO, and in case you didn't know, I'm the G in LGBTQ, and you're watching It's Just Not Adding Up. So get in here and act like you got some sense. We're about to create some space.
I've always just thought about how I wanted to feel supported.
Right.
Like, just let me know that, like, we're good. Because I think the reason why I didn't tell you is because of the fear of us not being good. So it's like, let me know that we're good. Don't even affirm me personally, because it wasn't about like me as an individual. It's about us, right? Like, we are good. Don't give me like, you're still the same person. You're still. That wasn't the question.
Whenever I would have that conversation with people, it would always be people that, if I ever felt the need to have that conversation with you, it's because you mean a lot to me. Because I feel like if you don't, I'm probably not gonna care to really have that conversation. It's like you figure it out on your own. You don't. You don't.
Yeah.
I really didn't care. But there were people, when I think about 2012 specifically, when I came out and had a conversation with my close friends and my family. It was because these are people that I cared about and that I didn't want to lose, and I feared, like you said, feared that the difference in the relationship. And so, I just wanted to hear, like you said, we're still good. I still look at you and love you the same. Like, nothing's gonna change with us.
Yeah.
You still got me as however you had me before this conversation, or before I knew or confirmed or whatever. And so, like, just wanted to hear that, like, we're still okay. There were certain people that conversation was really important, and there were certain people that conversation was a lot more difficult than others too.
Who were those people? Who was the most difficult?
I feel like the most difficult was definitely my parents and my straight friends.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can.
My straight male friends. I'm especially.
I don't know if you guys can relate to this, but I used to say, I'll come out once my grandmother passes away. I know a lot of my friends, I would hear people say, like, once my parents are gone, then I may be able to be myself, which is so morbid and so backwards now that I think about it. But in my mind, it was like, she's not going to be able to understand. She's not going to get it. And my grandmother was like the kind of person who's always like, where's your girlfriend, baby? That kind of thing, right? So one time we were on the phone. I might have been like 25, I want to say. We're on the phone, and she was like, are you dating? And I was like, no. And I actually was not dating, so I wasn't all the way lying, but you know how we do. So I was like, no. She was like, it's fine, take your time, but like when you start dating and you find her, treat her well, that kind of thing. And I remember saying, well, it would be a him. And she was like, what do you... And she,
No, you didn't.
and she was like, what do you mean? And I was like, well, when I start dating, it's going to be a him. And she gets real quiet. And surprisingly enough, she says, and I'll never forget this, she says, nobody told me how to live my life, so I will not tell you how to live yours. And that was not the most profound thing in the world, but it was profound to me in that moment, because this is who I expected to be like, this person, the gays, we're going to, they're going to hell, the world is ending. But the way she handled it was like, oh, okay. But at that point, I knew, like, that was kind of my one. You never had that person, once they know you're good, that was mine. I was like, once grandma know.
Yeah. I wanted to go and, like, kind of interview my grandma, if you will.
Okay.
And, like, get her perspective on, like, love and relationships from, like, a perspective 2 generations back, and it was so interesting when she would say so, when she would start to give this advice and she would say certain things. She would say, yeah, but like, whoever it is, no matter if it's him or her, like, she would say certain things, and I would just wait a minute now.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, it
Okay.
was like, and I'm recording these, this conversation because I want to use it for my music.
Yeah.
And but I'm just like, wow, I think in that moment she was letting me know, I love you, you still my grandbaby, and this is what I want to give. This is what I want to leave with you for when I'm not here anymore. Like, I want you to have this for me. And I think that was so, like, you know what I mean? Like,
big.
You know what I mean? Like, we don't ever have to have that, like, explicit conversation. Like, that for me was more than enough.
I'm done coming out. Like, I'm done with that. Like,
Absolutely.
I've already told who needs it. I told the folks.
Yeah.
At this point, find out if you find out. I'm done
Exactly.
coming out. I mean, this
Exactly.
I don't really have to no more, I guess. But, like, even if I did, it's just not giving that anymore. Not for me. I've been let down by some friends. Like honestly, I've lost some friends. I've had some friends like switch it up
I can
on me.
imagine.
Oof. Oof.
I'm so sorry about that.
No, it was yeah. And I think also I had friends who like just blatantly just disregarded my whole experience. I know you're not gay. And I'm like, well, I'm pretty sure I would not. If anybody knows if I'm gay, I trust me, it's going to be me. But he's like, no, like, you're not gay. Oh, I don't see that for you. It's not really your lot. Like, no. It's all that. And I'm like, okay. But I think, like, that kind of thing, in some people's regard, was trying to, like, preserve my masculinity to make me feel better. Which is why I think also the conversation about, like, owning yourself is a real thing, because people kind of assume that you still want to maintain your proximity to straightness. So let me make sure that I can still affirm you. Boy, you straight. You got like a straight boy, and that's supposed to give me some sort of big up. Because if I'm still close to straight, then I'm good. Opposed to you saying like, no, I see you, I hear you, I affirm you, I'm proud of you, I'm proud of me, right? But you're whatever of me, and it's fine.
I've said this since I came out. Don't make me your exception. Don't make me your exception. I don't want to be nobody's exception to the rule. If you hate them, hate me too. Because at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? I'm gay, bro. I'm black. I'm gay. I'm who I am. I don't want to be good enough for you. I don't want to be like, just like, oh, you gay, but you not this level of gay to where like I'm super, super uncomfortable. I'm just a little bit uncomfortable, but I'm comfortable enough to be in your space. You don't have to be in my space at all. Like, I'd rather you not be in it. I feel like I spent a lot of time in my life trying to, protect other people's comfort level.
I was just talking about that the other day.
You know?
When we're like newly out, I know this is my experience, maybe someone else can relate. When I was newly out, I still had a lot of like closeted friends and closeted people that I would like, hook up with, that kind of thing. And when I came out, I kind of felt like I was going back into the closet to be in community with them. I remember I had a specific experience with a guy, and we were out, and he was closeted, and this girl came up to us, and it wasn't that long ago actually, because I was still doing this, and so I had to be like 2021, maybe 2020. He came up to me. The girls came up to us, sorry, and the girl says something along the lines of like, "You guys are so cute," blah blah blah. She's flirting, and she asked for our social media. But I told her I didn't have social media, because in my mind, you come to my page, it's giving glad awards. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know what time I'm on.
Right, absolutely.
But with my friend who is closeted, I'm like, I don't want to pay. But again, now I'm in this space. I'm overthinking I'm suppressing my freedom on behalf of your discomfort.
I don't want to be around anything that doesn't make me feel whole.
And I think we have gotten used to love that doesn't feel like love. Community doesn't feel like community, right? And I said this in a video recently, but I said, one of my friends always talks about how toleration is inviting you to the party and acceptance is asking you to dance.
Yes, I love that.
And I think that for a lot of us, we're kind of just like comfortable just being in the number, right? Like, I'm around family, my brother's bringing his girl home, I can't bring my guy home, but whatever, they love me, I guess. Or I can't talk about my experience, they don't ever ask me if I'm dating at all, but I guess they still kind of care. And so we got used to that as the crumbs will accept. But I think it's like important to say whole. Can I be my whole self with you? Can I show up fully?
Right.
And then also be in community, not just around community, not among community, but can I be in it? Can I be asked questions? I think a lot of people have relegated themselves to not be asked anything anymore. Yep. My dad don't never ask me this. My mama don't never ask me this. My cousins don't never ask me nothing.
It just kind of becomes like taboo. Like,
yeah.
And it's just like, but we want you to ask us, and just like you would ask us if we was dating, a girl, or if, you whatever. So it's like, don't ignore it. That's also not helping. Avoiding it just kind of like, I think it just kind of perpetuates the idea that it is a shameful conversation.
What advice would you give somebody who has told someone that they are queer and they didn't receive what they wanted from that person? How would you advise them to go about it afterwards?
That's a good question. I feel like recently in my adult life and the things that I've been going through, a big thing that's been on my pilot, if you will, has been like expectations. And like, we have to figure out a way to try to control those expectations, when it comes to people. And that means practicing grace, not expecting absolutely what you think you should expect, but just allow that person to just be that person and just receive whatever it is that you receive. And Every conversation is not gonna go well. You know, everything's not gonna be as like pleasant as you would hope for it to be. And I think just going into knowing that would help a lot. But also just like remember who you are, um, and just remember that everybody is not for you. You know, everybody's not meant to be in your life post this coming out phase of this, like I'm stepping into my full.
Yeah.
Everybody's not meant to go on that full journey with you. Some people are just meant to be left off right where they at, or whatever. Just trust the process, you know, just trust it, and know you'll be all right. You'll feel better. You know, you got real people that won't make you feel that way, and that's the energy and the people that you should be focused on.
Just don't stop being you. I think
Yeah.
that's my biggest thing. Like, if you want to involve people in your sexual orientation, that's your prerogative. That whatever it looks like for you. But to your point, it's not even about what they say. For real, for real. It's
And I
more
think
about,
like just in general, right? Like with life in general, like it's so easy for us to focus on the negative,
yeah,
right? And it's like I try to challenge myself every single day. And so I try to challenge other people to just try to focus a little bit more on the positive. Because when you do that, you're making less space, less room in your head for the negative.
negativity. Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And so like focus on the people that matter, the people that love you for who you are, that love being around you, that love you being yourself. Those are the people that are gonna, you know, help you feel better at night. Those other people, they're not gonna matter. So, you know, allow yourself to feel how you feel because you're human, but focus on the positive. So
period. Keep creating space. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.